This is the brand new LEGO City set for summer 2024, the Downtown Tram, also known as the Downtown Streetcar and Station, released on the 1st of August here in the UK and in the US, but we've had pictures of this set for months now and I've been waiting so desperately to get my hands on it, and I finally have it. This is set number 60423, rated 7+, and it's got 811 pieces. And it costs £80 here in the UK, but if you're like me, you like to shop around for a discount, I managed to get this on day one for £54, which is a pretty great saving if you ask me. Here you can see the tram here, pretty nice. Comes with track and a platform as well, of course, and quite a few minifigs, including an off-duty fireman. And I almost joked about it when I saw the pictures of the set that, given the colour scheme of the red and the black and the fireman, is this a fire train? Well, I guess with some modifications you could probably do that. But we've got a person in a wheelchair, someone to work at the coffee stand, a passenger for the train, the driver, and someone there with an assistant's dog as well. That's pretty cool. Are we going to get paper bags or plastic bags? Quick, tell me in the comments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plastic bags. Well, LEGO keeps saying they're going to switch everything to paper, but I guess it must be harder than it seems. Inside the box there are 9 numbered bags and a stack of 4 straight pieces of LEGO track, plus 2 of the ramps so you can easily glide on and off from the track to the road. What's nice to see is that our instruction booklets and sticker sheets are safely protected inside this paper envelope here so they don't get scrunched up and ripped. There are 5 instruction booklets for this set so you can build it together with your friends and family. Each person can get their own booklet and build their own part of the set. And there are 2 sticker sheets included, although the stickers are quite large and there aren't that many of them. But they do look like some pretty useful graphics if you ask me. And if you're a LEGO Insider, download the LEGO Builder app from the App Store, scan the QR code and you'll earn 20 Insider points when you register your set to your collection. Here is the finished set. I've kind of displayed it in a weird way. I put the train track behind the platform, but it's just to show you everything you see here. And the minifigures do get a few accessories. I'll take a look at those later on. So there's quite a lot to see here. Let's start off with the tram itself. And to answer some of your big questions, no, it does not use the magnetic couplers. It is attached with just a couple of Technic pieces, and I'm not too pleased with this method. I'll show you why in a moment. Yes, the builds is pretty symmetrical because you've got the front cab and the rear cab. They are exactly the same as far as I could tell. So they do get separate instruction booklets, but they are pretty much exactly the same. And then the middle of the car as well, where you can pop your wheelchair. It does have the connector for your overhead rails, but obviously LEGO never include those in their train sets, despite all their trains seemingly being powered through overhead. I don't know why they include this, but I guess it doesn't do any harm. And there is no way to motorize this in the instruction booklet. It doesn't tell you, but I have seen a few people already put their minds to use to come up with ways to motorize this, and it can be done, but obviously you're going to end up taking up space from one of the carriages depending where you put your motor and battery box. I'm not going to be motorizing this, but if you want to do it, I'm sure you can. The tram or the streetcar or the train, however you like to call it, I'm going to use it as a train in my LEGO City because it can be a train, why not? It is 6 studs wide, but it does taper off to 4 studs at the front, using all brick-built pieces. There's no specialised front end, which some people don't like, which we've seen on LEGO trains in the past. And unlike many LEGO trains of the past, this does have opening doors, which is pretty handy, although they do open pretty low. And, well, the platform does make up for that. But, yeah, it's a little bit interesting. You know, we can't have it all. We either have the opening doors, which are absolutely massive compared to the train, considering if you look at the floor, you open the door, there's even a step up in there. So, you know, you have to make do with what you got. But if you don't like using these doors, it's pretty easy to swap them out and pop in the actual parts that you've already used there. So it's a clean, consistent look. And this is how the cars are connected. So to the main cabs, it's connected with a Technic pin and axle. And then to the middle of the car, it's just connected with an axle through a Technic pin slot. So it's nice and loose, easy to take apart. But because this connection is so loose, sometimes I found that even just by pulling it along lightly, it's just going to slide right out. And I think some people might get annoyed by that. You could probably do some modifications too, put the magnetic couplers in there. But I think ultimately LEGO should have done that in the first place. Starting off with the end carriage, then I'm not going to show you both of them because, well, they're literally exactly the same. So what you see for one is the same for the other end. It doesn't matter which one's the front or anything. And I like how they pulled off the front end here to come down into the 4 studs. That's pretty cool. But even if this was built at 6 studs all the way through, again, an easy modification if you don't like it coming to the point, I think that looks pretty nice. And it wouldn't take that many extra parts. Just another one of these, pop in there, and then it's pretty much good to go. You can pop a driver minifigure in there just by lifting up that. There is no steering wheel or anything, but you have got some controls on there, and no actual studs. The minifigure just slots in between with their legs in that gap there. As for the roof detailing, just a nice vent piece. That's a print there. One of my favourite prints, actually. They're very handy. That's pretty nice. and the roof can be easily removed, so you can put your figures in there. Interestingly, there's only 2 seats. Despite this 3-carriage long train, each carriage only has 2 seats in it. Sure, you can sit some more down on the studs or have them standing up, but yeah, I didn't expect it to be, well, that empty. Got a couple of stickers on here and on the other side with the classic Lego City train logo, so that's handy to have. And then one inside with the stops showing you which one's coming up next. That's again repeated in the other end carriage. And I think Lego train fans, if they don't like this set as it is, they're definitely going to like it as a parts pack and to get the stickers from it. And this does use the standard train wheels as well. As for the middle of the carriage, then this is the one intended to be for your wheelchair access. I mean, you could put the wheelchair in any of them, but this one is specifically designed for it, and you got a sticker for it on both sides, just there. And they're the only stickers on this one. You can open up the doors just like the other ones. And this stud here is just simply there to hold the wheelchair in place. Otherwise, it's all smooth and tiled off, so you can't stand any more minifigures in here. Just 2 chairs, but it's nice and easy access for the wheelchair. And if I just grab the wheelchair minifigure, let's see if I can pop them in. Might be easier if I take the roof off. You can do that for this one as well. But yeah, definitely much easier to do it with the roof off. And just line it up. There we go. And just like that, the person on the wheelchair can fit in. Although, well, they still have a step to go up from the door to the floor, so I guess you have to use some creative imagination there. But otherwise, that is pretty much it. The train is as simple as that. It's nice, it rolls around even off the track. Oh, there you go. Again, it easily detaches. That's probably the main annoying thing about it. I like the color scheme, black and red. It's simple, but it's bold. They go well together, and it matches up with the new Lego City Sightseeing Tour Bus from this year, so you could have a matching color scheme for your transit system, which is pretty nice to have that connectivity. But with the tram out the way, let's look at the station. And here is the platform included with the set. It does detach into 2 parts. You could have one platform one side of the tram and one on the other side. And Lego also recommend putting the 2 together to make one longer platform. And personally, I'm going to keep it as a long platform for when I have it in my Lego City. But it does detach pretty easily, only connected by a couple of Technic pins there. So if you wanted to have them separate, you can. Taking a look at this part of the platform here, then we've got a nice ramp for the wheelchair to get easy access on there. A couple of steps as well. The only thing I don't like is this gap here, but it's so small. It's such a minor nitpick, really. You know, it's not possible to fill that gap in, I don't think, with the current parts we have. So it's not too bad. But it's nice that we've got a nice smooth surface, easy to roll the wheelchair up for them to immediately go on a completely studded surface. So that might be a bit hard to move the wheelchair there. And then this part is part of the ramp feature, so to get the doors of the tram to line up to the platform, there's a bit of a gap. Instead of having the minifigures having to jump for their lives from the edge of the platform to the tram, the platform just extends like that. Pretty cool play feature, but honestly I wish they just extended the platform instead. So your tram rolls up, it opens its doors. Oh great, yeah, it does have doors, but look at that gap, that's massive. A minifigure could fall down that gap. Oh, not to worry, because the platform, there you go, they've got an extra bit of walkway now, so they can easily get from the main platform into the tram, which is pretty nice because that doesn't happen a lot in Lego trains and train station sets. Usually there is this massive gap here, but in this instance, I would have preferred if they just simply extended the platform to make it 8 studs wide instead of 6. And as you can see, the platform gets pretty narrow here outside the coffee shop. Again, probably not the safest. So if there was just an extra 2 studs worth of space on the edge here, it'd be much better for minifigures, and you'd be able to actually fit the wheelchair, because as you can see, look, it's not even fitting on the platform there, so I don't know how they meant to get to this ramp. But as for the main coffee stand here, it's a colour scheme consistent to the Lego City train station from a couple of years ago, which I like to see when they have these fictional brands that keep their colours consistent without having to change them or anything, because I want to pair this set with that train station, and it's nice that everything flows together. On the side here, we've got a ticket machine. That's a sticker on there, but a pretty nice one. And then the computer screen there is a print. And there's another sticker there for the coffee shop logo, which could probably work well for a winter village, that sticker. So you might want to keep an eye out for that. Got a print down here for the card machine. This is where your newspapers would slot in. And then you've got just the coffee machine. That's it. There's no other little kitchen area or suggestion of, I don't know, just anything really, because all it is a single coffee machine in this entire kiosk. No donuts or sweet treats. I feel like that's a bit of a miss. And I don't know why this bracket piece here is... It looks a bit unfinished. I don't know what's going on there. But they easily could have fit a little table in with a couple of sweet treats on there, Lego. Or it would have been nice to have a sticker with a menu and a price list on here. But I do like the overall design of it. A couple of solar panels on there, so it's energy efficient. And these solar panels are stickers, but I did expect them to be prints. And there's also another one of these extending platforms on the other side. As for the other bit of platform, you've got another one of those extending platforms. So these line up perfectly with the doors of the tram once you connect the two platforms together. So that's all good to see. A couple of plants on the plant bed here, a trash can and a bench. And then you've got your map and times board for the departures here. Both of these are stickers, but very useful ones for LEGO City train system. There are 6 minifigures in this set, which for the price you would hope there's quite a few, but I think this is pretty generous given how much there is for minifigures to do. Like, yeah, you could play them on the platform and stick a couple in the tram, and there are enough seats for all of them to fit into the tram, plus the driver in the cab as well. So we've got our tram driver, our coffee shop kiosk worker, we've got a passenger here, an off-duty fireman, perhaps he's on his way to work, a couple of kids as well. And I think these are good quality prints for all of the minifigures here. It's nice to see some variety. And I think the inclusion of the fireman is a little bit surprising, but hey, you know, it's a free fireman. What's not to like about that? Only 2 of the minifigures have alternate faces, but here you can see the back printing for the others. As for the minifigures, they do get quite a few accessories as well, with the grey wheelchair there, so you can sit a minifigure in that and have one push it along. We've got the assistance dog, pretty cool there. We've seen this dog used for like fire dogs and police dogs and things. And if you remove the harness, you can see it's got a nice reflective silver print on it. We also get 3 copies of the same newspaper issue. I guess it makes sense to be selling multiples of the same issue, but it might have been nice to see a few different LEGO newspapers. They have done a few different ones in the past. We've got 1 mobile phone, only 1 train ticket. I think it would have made sense to have at least a couple more of those, but we do get 2 of the coffee cups as well, so at least the store is selling something. And once you finish building the set, these are the leftover parts, including the bar pieces that hold together the track elements. Plus this brick separator was included as well. But the big question is this set worth the money? It costs £80 at full retail here, and well, if you look at other LEGO train sets, they're expensive. Especially if you just pay for the train by itself, and sure, this doesn't have any motorized functions or anything like that, and it's not quite your typical train. You know, it's cool. They market it as the tram or a streetcar, but to me, it's a train, right? You can use it on standard track, it uses standard wheels, it's a train, okay? I'm just going to put it like that. It's rare that we get a LEGO train and a station for less than £100. So when was the last time that happened? I can't remember. Even with the big train sets that are motorized and cost over £100, you only get a very tiny platform, smaller than this. So the fact that we get essentially 2 platforms or 1 long one, the bits of track, yes, it's not a full loop, but with these ramp pieces, you don't need a full loop. You can go anywhere, and then you can just drive back on, pull up to the platform. This is a complete playset. Plenty of minifigures, some really cool accessories, even the spare parts. Well, okay, maybe let's not talk about those, but I think what we get here is pretty great. I would always encourage you to look out and wait for a discount like I did. I got lucky to find it discounted on day 1 for £54. That's pretty great. So I would highly encourage it. But if you really want to pay £80 for it, well, look at other LEGO sets that are around that price range and think, is it worth it? Do I get a lot of stuff here? I think a quick comparison to make would be to the LEGO City train station, the most recent one we got, which cost £70, I believe, and that one was rarely discounted, at least from what I saw here in the UK. Sure, you got a bus and a little track maintenance vehicle, but you didn't get any trains for it. This one, no bus, no track maintenance vehicle, but you get the train and the platform. And for like £10 more, choose this one all day long, really. And one last quick comparison is, how big is the set compared to the picture on the box? Well, yeah, I think that's pretty accurate, actually. Sometimes the pictures on the box are massive compared to what you actually get, but this isn't too far off, yeah. So what you see on the box is what you get. What do you guys think about this one? Tell me in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What else would you like to see LEGO do? Because it's not often we get things like this. Tell me in the comments. Subscribe for more and help me afford more LEGO by becoming a channel member. Thank you very much. I'll see you all next time for another LEGO review. All that's left for me to do now is add this set to my LEGO City. I think you're going to go right here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.